Today we're going to be taking a look at the GPD digital gamepad. 8 gigs, Wi-Fi, 5-inch touchscreen, Android. Says it right on here, 5-inch LCD screen. Android 4.2, but I upgraded it to 4.4. G sensor, quad core, 8 gig memory. It's a real beauty. There it is. So let's get it out of the box and check it out because it is really nice. Okay, this is what you get in the box. You get earbuds, which I don't use. You get micro USB cable, which I have 5,000 of those. You get a completely useless manual because you need to have microscopes for eyes to be able to read it. And it's garbage, the manual. You get a charger, which actually works pretty good. And then you get the awesome gamepad. Now, there's not a lot of branding on here. You see, it just says gamepad. Okay, that's it. That's what it says, gamepad, right there. Let me run the specs down to you real quick before we get started on the features. It's got a quad-core 1.6 gigahertz RK3188 processor. It's got a Mali 400 GPU, 1 gig of RAM, 8 gigabytes of ROM. Like I said, Android 4.4 on this one. And it has a nice battery, a 3500 milliamp hour battery. So it has a pretty decent amount of life to it. It's got the speakers right here in the front. You got your gamepad, which is okay. The sticks are a lot better. I mean, this has got the full functionality of everything here. It's even got the click buttons on. It's got the 4 buttons here. Plus you got all the shoulder stuff. Now here you got a microphone right here. Up here in the top is the power button. There's the jack for the charger. Here's the where you plug the USB in, where you can plug it into the computer and do whatever you want with it. And here's an HDMI out, so you can hook this up to the TV through. You got a mini HDMI, and then you just do a regular HDMI to the TV. They have those cables. Then you have your micro SD card slot here for your extra storage. Here's your start button, your select, like for the controller. Here's your volume up and down. The speakers work really well, but the sound's a little tinny, but it's loud. Here's your headphone jack, and here's your little reset port. If the thing keeps freezing up on you, just want to reset it back to the factory, you just stick the little paper clip in there and hit it. I've been messing around with this thing a lot. This thing works really well. It has enough horsepower to run. It'll even run Dreamcast games on here. Now, this is actually an older piece of hardware, but I found it pretty cheap. But it works great, man. This is great for sitting on the couch. You want to play some games or whatever. I mostly use it for my Super Nintendo stuff, but it will run other stuff. Now, I'm going to demonstrate some for you. Some of the games, it has to load. Like say you have a Dreamcast game, which would be on a CD, and there'd be a lot of loading. Well, there's some loading time in here, so when I'm going to show you a Dreamcast game, but I'm going to edit out the loading time and everything just to show you that the game works. It's a little bit shaky on the sound. It has a few glitches here and there, but it runs good. It runs good. It does have one flaw. There's one thing in here that I don't like. When you're using it, let's just turn it on real quick. There's the interface right there. It runs this Happy Chick, which is like a portal for all the other emulators that are on there. And there's where you can download all the games through that. Let me see if I have the Wi-Fi on. Let me go to the settings. Turn the Wi-Fi off. And I'm going to tell you why. That's the one flaw in this thing that I don't like. What it seems like, and I don't know what's going on because I tried killing processes and I tried to backtrace what this Wi-Fi is doing, but whenever you have the Wi-Fi running, it's always pinging something. I don't know what. I haven't been able to figure out what it's doing, whether it's sending information or it's downloading stuff. I can't tell, but it slows the machine down considerably. So you actually want to, when you're using the machine to actually play the games, turn the Wi-Fi off. You can leave the Wi-Fi running when you want to download some games. And I'm going to show you how you would do that. So the first thing you want to do is what I do is I go to this happy chick right here. Fire that up. Now say I wanted to play, here's all the games that I have on the memory card right here. But they haven't broke down into categories at the top of the screen. You'll see it says here Mega Drive, Famicom, PSP. I don't know what's going on with that light there. It seems to be wigging out. Oh, it seems when I go over that way with my hand, it wants to orange up the screen for some reason. I don't know why that's doing that. Let me tilt the camera up a little bit. Let me tilt that up. See if that'll stop doing that. No, I don't know why that's... Huh. Let me turn the camera this way. Huh. I don't understand why it's doing that, to be honest with you. Anyway, so you would go up here to the category of game you wanted to use. PSP, Dreamcast, PC Engine, Arcade, Super Famicom, N64, Main Plus, Game Boy Color, Android, Nintendo DS, MAME, Game Boy Advance. So you would just go over here like that. Now, if you wanted to play one, say I wanted to play like a Super Famicom game. Just say a Super Nintendo game. Okay, so I wanted to play Castlevania Dracula X. So you would just go over here and hit the play button. And then just go up here to single player. And then there's your start button and your select button and everything on the bottom. Turn the volume up some. Okay, so you see that. I'm going to exit that game. So say I wanted to play a Dreamcast game, I would go over there. The only one I put on here to show you was Virtua Tennis. So hit that. Now I'm going to cut it here because it'll take a minute to load that thing. Now to get rid of the on-screen stuff, you would just hit would be the B button there, and that will get rid of the on-screen ghost of the controller. Okay. So you see that's what it does with the Dreamcast. So we're going to close that. Now say I wanted to go up here to, say, Sega Mega Drive. So I would come up here and hit Castlevania Bloodlines. Hit play on that. We'll go to single player on that. I don't know why I'm getting that orange in the... Something's going on with the light up here. Hey, I didn't want that to happen. Okay, so you see it works great, you know. I recommend this thing. This thing's nice as heck, man. Believe me. It's really nice. And it has other stuff on here, too. PSP games. I got, like I said, the one Dreamcast, PC Engine, arcade. It has a... And then you can go and actually download games for this thing right from the Happy Chick thing there. There's no network connection, of course, because I turned it off. But it's easy to figure it out. You just go there where it says online and hit that, and it'll ask you what games you want to download. And it'll give you a list of all the games. It'll say hot and new, and it'll have another column, or it'll have multiple columns for the different stuff you want. You say you want just Super Nintendo games, so it'll go to the Super Nintendo section. Then you just scroll down there what you want, and just hit the download button, and it just downloads it. And then these are all these other things here are the emulators that work with the Happy Chick. So you can get all them. So yeah, it works. It works really good. And then it just works as a regular tablet too, because it's just like a little Android tablet. You know, I forgot to mention there's a little camera right there. You can go to it's Google Play Store enabled. You can go right to the Google Play. You can run the browser. You know, run the music and take pictures. So that camera's pretty crappy, but you know, that's like iPhone 1 or you know, Bugs 2. That's like Bugs 2 camera type stuff right there. But hey, it works great though. I'm really happy with this thing. It runs PlayStation 1 games full speed. Has no problem running PlayStation 1 games, none whatsoever. So it runs them really well. The Dreamcast ones, it's a little shaky, but the PlayStation 1 games, it'll blaze them away, so you won't have any trouble running those on here. Alright guys, there you go. I just wanted to show that to you. Just, if you happen to come across one and get it, just make sure you turn the Wi-Fi off when you're going to play it, because it just slows it down too much. Alright guys, have a nice day.